Welcome to playoffs, ladies and gentlemen of Call Your Shot, the competitive gambling show. I'm not sure if we have maybe some new viewers. I don't know, but we're going to explain it to them just so everybody knows how it all works. Round robin, that's done. We're into tournament. We're into playoffs. 4 guys now. They're going to come up with 5 picks each. Whoever has a better record will get the win, and we'll move on to the final. Everybody has played everybody, but top 4 made playoffs. We're moving on. They can make a pick for spread, money line pick, prop pick, total pick for any sport, anything that they think will make you money. There are no rules except for one. The value of the pick must be greater than minus 145 in American odds, 1.69 in decimal for you Canadians, and 20 out of 29 for fraction for all our UK viewers. So let's introduce the players that are coming on now. The President's Trophy winner, looking to continue his heater with he is on with some soccer picks. You can follow him at shooters_pod. Kenneth Cotterill, how's it going, Kenny?
You know, I'm doing pretty well. Unfortunately, the playoff gods decided, you know what, Ken, we're going to throw Kryptonite as your semifinal matchup. And so I got Lukey this week. I got a real battle. It's going to be the ice versus the pitch, and really looking forward to it.
Is that your only loss is against Luke?
That is my only loss.
Really?
It was my debut episode, but I'm a lot more experienced now. You know, I got some confidence under my belt, and I'm just ready to go.
Ready to go. All right. Well, you're going up against your only loss, Joe, sneaking into playoffs. His life was in the hands of other players last week, but he is here. He's ready to take down the number 1 seed like he has before. You can follow him at Hearts on Hockey. Luke Hardo, how's it going, Luke?
I'm doing good, fellas. I'm on Puppy Watch. I'm on House Watch. I am wearing American colors because I'm representing the United States of America, where our politicians are fully clothed during their Zoom meetings. And hopefully I can take on Kenny and get a dub for the USA this week.
All right. Well, over to our next matchup here. Another Yinzer to add to the mix. Here to bring you some puck and win and get into the final. You can follow him at Steel Curtain PEH. Paul Hardo, how's it going, Paul?
Great, boys. It's nice to be here. Kind of lucked out last week with that WWE pick. It came down to that. We all knew that was going to happen when it was said. So, but came out on the other side. I'm ready to go this week and get a little semifinal action in. I look very good in belts. So, you know what I mean? I don't mind adding one to the collection.
Right. I mean, everybody looks good in belts, right? Well, Paul,
Right.
You're supposed to be going up against Joel Goddard from The Source, and unfortunately, no idea where he is. First off, I know where he is. He's in Vegas. I have no idea. I've got no response from him. So quick disclaimer before we get going. I haven't seen a card from him, haven't talked to him. So this is what we're going to do. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. We're going to go, if Job's going to get me a card by later tonight, 12 or 2 a.m. Eastern, I guess, so midnight my time. If he does not get me a card by that time, we will transition into a 3-man final total 2-week period. So this week totals for all 3 of you guys will transition as well into next week's for just a grand total 10 picks each, I guess. And that's just how we're gonna do it. Unfortunately, Job couldn't join us. We gotta improvise. So that's what we're gonna do. If they don't give me a card by midnight my time, so 2 a.m. Eastern, it will be a 3-man final total 2 weeks. So let's just get going. That's a quick disclaimer before we get going though. We're making these picks for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Monday. Games picked tonight could potentially have a value change, line change by tomorrow. So Miami Heat might be favored by 4.5. Tomorrow might be 5, 6, or even more. So make these picks with us tonight. Bet with us now. Grab a drink, grab a friend, grab your girlfriend, grab your grandma. I don't care. Let's make some money and have some fun. So to start us off, we're going to go to the number 1 seed. Kenneth Cotterill, what do you got for me for your first pick?
Well, it just wouldn't be right if I didn't head over to the pitch. You know, I have been the resident soccer expert this year. Shout out plus 604. But West Ham plus 113 versus Newcastle. There's a lot of plus lines out there when it comes to soccer. Unlike a lot of other sports, for whatever reason, they allow it to end in a tie. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's actually garbage that they allow it. But
why don't you just put five shootout picks, right? Like,
right? Like, just
quick,
just do something. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So Newcastle's really bad at soccer. They're 17th in the league. They're coming off a 2-1 victory. But victories have been few and far between for Newcastle United this year. They've only won 8 games in 31 matches. So really goes to show how weak this team is. West Ham, they've won 2 in a row. They just beat Leicester City. Leicester City is one of the best teams in the EPL this year. They beat them 3-2. So I know Newcastle's at home. I think that's why this line is where it is. But 4th versus 17th tells me this line is too good not to take. Thomas Souček should get on the score sheet as well. Probably Jared Brown for West Ham as well. So give me West Ham to win this match.
Yeah, West Ham. You got Wet Ham there, but West Ham.
Wet ham.
Little wet ham for you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That says West Ham.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about these two teams. But you said 4th versus 17th.
Yeah, West Ham's been rolling as of late, which West Ham, typically they're a team, they're anywhere from 8 to 12 in the Premier League. So they're really playing outside of their depth this year. I mean, to be 4th place, they're ahead of teams like Liverpool, who I hope you guys have heard of, but I honestly don't know. They're ahead of Chelsea as well in the standings, like big-time clubs that they're ahead of right now. So they're playing really well, and Newcastle is just not.
So just to clarify, if this ends in a draw, you don't get it right, correct?
I do not get it right. Draws.
I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
The draw line on it was like plus 250, but if I'm really going to start betting draws, then I might as well throw in a kicker prop while I'm at it.
Right. Or unders.
Not that I'm against the kicker under. Let me clarify that. There's some money to be made there, but
yeah, for some plus money against a fourth place team against the 17th place team, you don't really need to be a soccer expert to be like, you know what? I mean, this doesn't really make any sense, and that's what our goal is to find those mismatch lines. And you found one, I think. I think you found one, but who knows? Maybe Newcastle's going to bring it on, I believe, Saturday, and you never know, right? So let's move on to your opponent, Luke. What are you running with for your first pick?
Yeah, so my first pick is those Montreal Canadiens because fuck the Calgary Flames. I mean, I guarantee you this is going to come back to fuck me. I guarantee they're going to show up in their black jerseys and they're going to be like, oh, Luke picked us this week, so, well, fuck him. We'll win by 100. But fuck it. I'll take the Montreal Canadiens because, why not? I have to have a Canadian team versus the Canadian this week.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you know what Calgary is wearing for jerseys tomorrow?
No, I do not, but I guarantee you it's going to be them fucking black jerseys. And they're just going to come out and be like, hold my dick. Off.
Man, that would just for the storyline, it would be awesome if they came out in black jerseys.
I will tell you right now, I will come to Satch right now and kick Harry right in his face. If they end up fucking... He could kick me right square in the nuts if they end up win tomorrow.
And you know what? Montreal's been rolling here. Well, a little bit of a dip here these last couple of weeks, but I mean they're struggling on the back end. They don't have Ben Sherratt, I think. I believe. Is Shea Weber still in? I think he was injured.
He's out of fuck. I don't even think Shea Weber knows if he's injured or not.
I know Carey Price is out. He's been injured. He's been dealing with some shit. So I mean, a little bit, tight on the back end there, but they still have the offensive ability to win that game. Calgary, they're just a fucking dumpster fire.
Not this weekend. Not this weekend, Josh.
No, I mean, black jerseys are gonna come and bite you. It sounds like.
It will.
But yeah, I don't need the pick. Let's move on to Paul. Paul, what are you running with for your first pick?
I'm going with the Philadelphia Phillies minus 130 over the St. Louis Cardinals. I've watched both of Carlos Martinez starts this year, and he's everywhere. He can't find the strike zone. He walks a lot of people. He puts himself into deep counts. The Phils have been struggling. They got handled pretty good by Atlanta at home. I like him to bounce back and get this first W against St. Louis and handle a little bit of business. I just don't have any faith in Carlos Martinez at all.
Yeah, I also have Philly. St. Louis actually not very good. I think they're batting right around 200 on away games. Really good at home. That's where they've gotten the majority of their wins, but not great on the road. Who does Philly have going for them?
I think it's F-line. I think it is.
Yeah. Right. And he's been pretty good so far this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that pick. I have it on just a bit outside. A little teaser for you. A little teaser. So confirmed, I have received the Sources card for the weekend, except for he's given me six plays, not 5.
First 5 plays.
I'll go first.
It's the option. It's the option. It's the 2-year option.
You know, if that first one fails, then you just quickly flip in that 6th one.
Yeah, real quick.
We're gonna go from the top to the bottom. So we're going. He's going with. He might even hop on here soon, but I'll go with the first one here. His first pick is going to be Atlanta Braves money line tomorrow morning against the Chicago Cubs. This is in Chicago, -130. I mean, I can definitely get behind this, as in like the Chicago Cubs have been really shitty to start out the year. And Atlanta, obviously, Atlanta's going to be Atlanta. The Braves, they're great pitching staff, great offense. I can definitely see them winning this. -130, it's an easy one. But yeah, I would like to hear what he has for picking that. He probably has some sort of model he would like to, talk about or whatever. But anyway, he's rolling with the Braves -130 against the Cubs. And yeah, I guess that's his first pick. We're gonna move on to the second round now. What do we got here?
Oh,
there he is.
Whoa, hey!
Mask on.
How are we? I'm
What's
sorry
going on?
I'm late. The time difference has me all screwed up. I passed out and just woke up.
Okay.
It happened.
Yeah, he realized there's no clocks in Vegas.
All right, so
I
we
was
just
on the
seen
floor.
your first pick. What's that? So we got you. Your first pick is Braves money line against the Cubs.
And
Dead.
All right, we're gonna move on to the second round here. Let's keep moving here. So Kenny, we're gonna go to you for the second round. What are you running with, bud?
Okay, so I'd firstly like to apologize to a man who missed playoffs due to taking this team last week. That is Atletico Madrid. Dylan, I'm sorry.
At Dylan Smith 101.
At Dylan Smith 101. I'm sorry. Not only did they not win, they did not draw. They outright lost that game. And for that, I am forever sorry for that pick. But that means that they're going to bounce back, and that's why they're on my card, right? So Atletico -1.5. They got +140 on that, taking on Eibar. So all eyes are going to be on the Copa del Rey final tomorrow. Barcelona's in that game. But it's very close in La Liga right now towards the end of the year there. Atletico's still in first. And where's Eibar in the standings? Dead last. They haven't won a game since January 7th. As I said, I burned Dylan last week, but they've lost to Sevilla, then they drew Real Betis. That's telling me this team's going to bounce back in a big way. They've done it all year. I see them winning by 2, 3, 4, even maybe 5 goals, honestly. Eibar's not a good team. Luis Suarez, I would also pick to score in that game if you can parlay that. I'm not going to do that on this card, but I would take Atletico to win by at least 2. So give me Atletico.
Yeah, I mean, I apologies to Dylan Smith 101. Rest in peace. His call your shot season. What did you say? Who named? Is this Eibar? Are they a town? Are they a city? Or are they just there? Is that their name?
They're a soccer team, Josh. I don't know what else to tell you. They're not playing the Village.
Are they from Eibar though?
I'm assuming it's a city in Spain. I mean, I've never heard of it. I mean, if it's not
Eibar is a tiny little city.
I really heard it. Oh, then there you go. See, I knew that. So thanks.
I'm gonna say it's a place somewhere in Europe.
Geography
It's insane.
teacher Job Goddard. I mean, but like, why would you bet against, first of all, a soccer team named Ibar?
And it's first versus last. If you can't win that game by multiple goals, then just pack it in. Don't even bother winning La Liga because you have no business if you don't win by multiple goals in this game. So
Yeah, so -1.5 for +140 plus money. La Liga, Dylan Smith, don't look at this pick because he'll probably want to bet it.
well, bet it
Well,
because I'm getting it right.
you don't want him to bet it because he's 0-1 when betting Atletico.
Yeah, well, he's about to go 50%. So bet it.
So they're going to make a bounce
Shoot or
back on,
shoot guarantee is that Ibar wins -1.5.
All right, fair enough. All right, we're going to go over to Luke for his second pick. Luke, what are you running with?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go the Vegas Golden Knights and Anaheim Ducks over 5.5 goals scored. I'm just saying in the last 10 games, Vegas and their opponents, 5 games have gone over 5 goals. 2 games have pushed, and they've outright 3 games have not covered 5 goals. So, I mean, they can put the puck in the net, and hey, that's worth a shot.
Yeah, both teams actually can put the puck in the net too, like Vegas as well as Anaheim. I mean,
Yes.
they are the underdog in this game, but they have some young talent up front that can score.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're going to win this game by any means because Vegas is a powerhouse and they can control the game as long as they really want.
Yep.
That being said, I mean, yeah, that 5.5 is low. That will jump, I would assume, to 6 tomorrow morning. So bet it now if you can. Yeah, I can see definitely this going 6, even 7. Vegas has a tendency of winning by a lot of goals. So, yeah, I like that pick. Let's go over to Paul for his second pick. What are you running with?
My second pick, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday, -1.5 against the Sabres. We all know the Sabres are terrible. I have a lot of cause to pause recently with some of these NHL lines. I hate the afternoon games. Sometimes you can come out flat there early. But at the end, I think, an empty netter puts the Pens up, like 4-2, something like that. A 4-2 win against the Sabres sounds about right. It could be a little bit flat early. Don't panic. The Sabres usually make a mistake, and then it snowballs and turns into something like a 5-2, 4-2 game. So give me the Penguins, puck line, -1.5, +105 on Saturday afternoon.
That's Saturday? I thought that was Friday. Oh, that is Saturday, right?
Yeah, because
Right. Well, I'll tell you this.
Edmonton.
Buffalo is winning 4-2 against Washington right now. And I would bet my house that they ain't winning 2 in a row against Washington and Pittsburgh.
Streaking!
Right.
There's absolutely no goddamn way. There's no way that they have just randomly found this rhythm against good teams. There's just no way. So that 1.5 line for plus money, that will drop, I'm assuming. And I do like it as well. But does the 4-2, I mean, they're down 4-2 late in the third. Does it worry a bit, Paul?
Like I said, I mean, recently with these games, I mean, we've talked about it off the air a lot. I think the monotony of the season has just caught up with some of these teams where, you've just seen each other so much. There's nothing that surprises you.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, those afternoon games, you can come out a little flat, but I don't know. The Penguins have just owned them. I mean, and the Penguins haven't really brought their A game in a lot of that games and still handled them 5-2, 4-1, 3-1, 4-2. Like it's, I'm not really worried about it. I like I said, this is like a replacement pick I had, and I'm going to fade the Sabres every chance I get, and if I can get plus money to win, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's betting NHL has been very, very odd this year, and I think it's probably been the most, in my opinion, probably the most toughest out of all the major sports so far. Getting back with COVID and everything, it's just been a weird year, man. Like especially they have to play 6-7 different teams all year. Like it's just weird. And at this point, it's like there's no real surprises. Like we were talking off here, there's nothing to be surprised about. There's really no no team that couldn't beat another, first seed could beat the 8 seed, no problem, and we wouldn't really be talking about it all that much. So, or the 8 seed could beat the 1 seed. But yeah, I mean, Buffalo, there's no chance they're going to win 2 games in a row. I like I said, I'd bet my house on it. So, I mean, take that for whatever it's worth. All right, let's go to.
Here we go.
Let's go over to Job. Job, what do you got for your second pick?
All right, so this is very simple. We're going to take the under 8 in the Diamondbacks versus Nationals game tomorrow. Mad Max is on the mound. Max Scherzer, he has not had a good start to the season. He is in a contract year. I would expect, even at 37, that he has a lot left in the tank here. And the Diamondbacks are terrible. So this is really a bet on Max Scherzer to keep this game low scoring. Expect it to be a 4-2 or a 5-1 game. We'll take the under 8 very comfortably.
And like, no disrespect to, I was just looking up stats here. Taylor Widener, he's had a really good start to his season. 1-0, 11 innings pitched, 2.46 ERA, and just over a 1 WHIP stat. So he's, I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps this close as well. I mean, we could put all
no disrespect, none at all. The Nationals are great offensively, so that's why I kind of have to rely on Max here. Juan Soto and Co are just too strong. But in any case, the under should be 7.5, maybe even 7, with a little bit minus 105 or even value. So we'll take it all day long.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I like that, and I think Max is going to have a little bit of a bounce back here. I think he's still at 3.75 ERA, 0.75 WHIP, 14 strikeouts. I mean, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's still pretty good. It hasn't been the greatest, but still pretty decent. So I mean, I can definitely see him keeping it close against Arizona, who has having a offensively shitty start to the year, I'd say. But I like that pick. All right, let's go over to the third round now. Kenny, what are you running with for your third pick?
Wow. I mean, heading back to the pitch, like where the
Why
hell
not,
else am I
Dave?
going?
Why not?
Where the hell else am I going with this a very important playoff matchup? So Real Madrid minus 1.5, got it at plus 170 versus Getafe. As I just said with Atletico, I mean, Real Madrid is right there. Like them and Barcelona and Atletico are all within like points of each other. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in the La Liga season. Getafe, they're the 15th ranked team in that league. Last time they lost by more than 2 was middle of February to Valencia. I see Real Madrid are far better than Valencia overall, so I see no reason why they can't win by more than 1 in this game. I would say Benzema would be a great pick if you're looking for first player to score when it comes to a line. As well as a sneaky pick for just outright scoring would be Luka Modric or Marco Asensio, because they seem to score in matchups like this. Games where you get to like 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, they just seem to pile on, and those guys seem to be the ones that do it. So roll with Real Madrid in this one. They need a win in order to keep pace with Atletico after they win by multiple goals against Eibar.
Where's Real Madrid in the standings?
Real Madrid is second place right now.
In Getafe?
15th.
I mean, these are, how about goal differential? What's the goal differential?
The goal differential is pretty significant on both sides. If you look at Real Madrid, they're plus 29, Getafe minus 12. So, I mean, pretty steep gap. I mean, the reason why I'm getting these values is because I'm taking the multiple goals. I mean, and multiple goals in soccer, like you could be up 2-0 and then you get that late extra time 2-1, suddenly you're sewered. So I am taking a bit of a risk with the overall value on these. I just think they're playing inferior opponents. I think both of them could definitely win by 2 or more, if not at least one of them. So that's why I'm rolling with Real on this one.
I love those picks. I think they're both great picks. As an Atletico Madrid fan, I can't love what's going on in La Liga this season. But as a soccer fan, I think it's great to have Real Madrid back at the top of La Liga. So this is going to be interesting.
And yeah, Kenny's brought on a lot of wild picks this year, a lot of soccer picks, and I'm not one to, I'm not one to call myself an expert because I'm not. But I have paid a little bit more attention to the soccer pitch, the soccer game, the football game.
The value is there with soccer strictly because of the draw aspect of it.
Absolutely,
that's the only reason why.
Like, let's be honest, it is tough to get goals in soccer. Can be a little dreading sometimes. But that being said, when you got a good team versus a very bad team, these lines at -1.5 are very, very achievable. Right?
And I mean, I'll give you an example like Manchester United today. I took them -1.5 today. They scored in like the first 6 minutes. So they're up 1-0, but then they don't score until like the 93rd minute. So it was a late cover, but it was like you could get that early goal and then a team just coasts the rest of the way because they're just the better team.
Yeah.
Or you could just get, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then suddenly you've got, a 5-0 game on your hands. So
right.
A little bit of a risk.
Yeah, no, and then lots of value out there, lots of value. So if you like a lot of plus money picks, Kenny's got them for you. Let's go over to Luke for his third pick. Luke, what are you running with for your third pick?
Yeah, so I'm taking the Washington Capitals over. This is a Saturday pick. I'm taking the Washington Capitals over the Philadelphia Flyers. I was gonna say Carter Hart is not Carter Hart of last year, but of course he's playing like Carter Hart last year against the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. But with the addition of Josh's boy Antti Mantha, that's I think they gave up a lot for him. Don't get me wrong.
Oh fuck!
I mean, it was a fucking load that they gave up for him. Because I like Jacob Verana. I mean, he's a fast player. He's a grinder, but he can score goals. I liked him, especially in that Washington Capitals system. But you have to start stacking wins if you're the Washington Capitals. We're right around 20 games left, 15 to 20 games left. You really got to start stacking these wins. So you might as well start against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, you got to now. We're in the last quarter of the season, or I don't know what last third of the season, let's say.
Yeah,
you got to start getting wins. This is where it means the most. You got guys. If you are at the top of your division, you got guys or teams behind you that are coming for you, and this is one that you need to win against a rival for you. Just quick note on that Mantha trade. I read an article, and I can't remember who it was, but they had talked about the GM had said, you know what, Verana just didn't have the attitude that they were looking for, and we gave him a shot, and it just didn't work out, so he moved on. Now, that being said, do you give up Verana, Paddock a first and a second? I don't know. That might be a little too much.
Yes, you do. Detroit fleeced them.
That's what I'm saying. If you're Detroit, you got off perfect. I mean,
do you think?
Go ahead.
We're going a little off the rails here. But question: do you think GMs, like when they get a phone call that says Stevie Y on their phone, they're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm about to get fleeced.
Yeah.
The guy probably orders them skip the dishes to the office, maybe some flowers, some chocolate, and then he wines and dines them, and then takes everything he wants.
Snatch.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's like the Bill Belichick for hockey. It's like people just don't want to deal with him.
You get that call and you're just like, oh man, I'm losing somebody. Like,
right, and that's just the phone call where you're like, I'll give you this pencil, and you end up giving up your house. Like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Like, damn you, Steve.
I mean, really, in all honesty, they could have made like Washington could have gave up Verana and a second, and that would have made sense.
And still been fine.
Would have been fine.
All right, okay, we got a pretty decent young player who's 25. Just maybe hasn't really found his groove in Washington. We could get him here. And we traded away a guy who's been very injury prone.
Yeah.
Perfect. We got a second round. Awesome. But now you had a first and Paddock. It's like,
come on.
Whoa.
I would it would have been a 30-second phone call. I'd be like, you're done. All right, we're good. I'll send you them. You send me those too. We're good.
Yeah, that's unreal. All right, let's go over to our next matchup. Paul, what are you running with for your third pick?
Hey, great minds think alike. So we're going right to the Capitals and the Flyers.
Yeah.
I'm in full-on fade the Flyers mode. I hate the Flyers. Fuck the Flyers. And I don't care where they're at in the standings. They have Pittsburgh tonight. They have Washington on Saturday, and they have the Islanders on Sunday. And that will be the death nail in their playoff coffin. and I can't wait to see it. So Monday morning, I should be smiling ear to ear as these
You were
clowns are
smiling
gone.
making that pick.
Oh,
He has a slight chub right now. I'm not gonna lie, I might do.
He
If it
was
wasn't-
braining making the pick too.
if it wasn't for Gritty, our boy, me and Lukey's boy, we would have nothing to do with the Flyers.
Absolutely.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, should I be surprised that the two guys from Pittsburgh make bets against the Philadelphia Flyers?
Listen, but Josh, you know as
Come
well
on,
as,
like, what
you
are
know
we
as well
doing
as I
here?
do, though. We rode them all the way last year. We did. We gave them
Yeah.
all the credit last year, but now
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree with you. I'm
So
not a big
now
fan.
you're
of
telling me
I mean, the
Carter
great
Hart's gonna
mystery
turn into
is
Carter
here
Hart from last year.
where does Lukey get 127 and I got minus 135? I mean,
I went
that's
on
the
Odd
real.
Sharks.
That's the real mystery here.
I'll look into it. We'll get a correct line.
It was on
Josh,
Odd Sharks.
I'll go downstairs right now and I'll check the lines on the casino.
Oh, there you
Right,
go.
right,
There
yeah,
you go.
I'll
Do
let
it.
you know what happens.
Well, while
Yeah,
you're on
do
your
it.
way
I
down
almost
there,
put
why don't you
live
give
on the
us
sports book.
while you're on your way down there, why don't you give us your third pick?
All right, so we're gonna roll with Cincinnati tomorrow in baseball. No surprise, we're sticking to baseball here. We're gonna go Cincinnati over Cleveland tomorrow at minus 110. That is a 7-10 first pitch on the East Coast. This game is basically two things. One, it's a bet against the Indians being able to continue to dominate opponents with pitching, and a bet on the Cincinnati Reds bats. It paid off last week big for me to bring us to the playoffs, which, as you can tell by the fact that I'm in Vegas, I was not expecting. But we're going to take the Reds and ride it all the way to the promised land.
Yeah, I love the bet. It's basically hot team versus cold team right now. Cleveland Indians are massively missing Francisco Lindor, the only guy in their lineup. Anybody outside of Ramirez has not been playing well offensively. Even Ramirez, I don't think he's batting .230, but he still has, I think, 2 or 3 home runs. But yeah, very cold team, and I guess Cincinnati has the hot hand right now, and at minus 110 money line, how could you bet against them? I do like that.
I think, Josh, the only way to ever bet against Cincinnati is going to be with a pitcher who can shut them down. Normally, I would say the Indians have that, but I think they used that guy in the last two starts. Savall and Bieber are their two stud pitchers who have both gone in the last couple of games. So I'm betting against the third guy, and I'm betting on the bat.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I like that pick. All right, so that brings us to the end of the third round, and you know what that means. That is the player pick of the week. Make sure to follow them at Player Athletics on Twitter, and when shopping online, www.playergolf.com. Use the promo code BetTheOver. I just got a shipment in yesterday, boys. Wearing the hat. I'm wearing the pullover sweater. It's going to be nice when I'm on the fucking golf course, hitting the 7-iron nice and smooth. But yeah, the player pick this week is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays run line minus 1.5 against the Kansas City Royals for a couple reasons. For number one, we got Steven Matz going tomorrow. He might be the Toronto Blue Jays' best pitcher. He's making an argument for their best pitcher. Obviously, you have Ryu, but Steven Matz has been nothing. He's been lights out this year. Second, I was going to say their bats are starting to get hot. Now, obviously not very hot tonight. But that being said, I like how their bats have transitioned so far. I like them to win this. Steven Matz is going to throw an absolute gem, and the Jays bats are going to take over, and this is going to be a 5-6 run game, I think. Look for the over as well, but I like the Blue Jays to win by at least 2.
I'm tailing that pick, Josh. I'm tailing
What's that?
Yeah,
I love
that.
it.
Yeah,
I'm going to tail that
I like
pick.
that a
love it.
lot.
Hey, I appreciate it. Let's move over to the fourth round now. Kenny, what are you running with for your fourth pick?
I'd tail that pick, but I hate gambling. So Juventus minus 0.5.
Welcome to the gambling show, ladies and gentlemen.
You know
Call
me,
1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem.
I
Yeah.
can't stand putting money down. So Juventus, they're taking on Atalanta. they've been rolling as a team. I got to give them credit. They've won 4 in a row, but I think they've played above their heads in Serie A. I think that they're a mid-table team at best. I think they got hot, but now they're playing a team in Juventus who they need this win to keep pace with AC Milan. So they're just a point back of them right now, and they're only a point ahead of Atalanta. So this has major Champions League implications, and Juventus has this player by the name of Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's pretty good.
Ever heard of him?
He's pretty
Never
good
rang a bell.
at kicking the old soccer ball around. He shows up in the biggest games, it seems, every single time. And he's got 25 goals on the year. He's really the only reason why Juventus is even fighting for a Champions League spot this year. So he needs to carry them to a victory. You should be laying Juventus to win, parlay it with Ronaldo to score, because if he doesn't score, then the ticket's going to be dead anyways because they're not winning this game. So take Juventus to win this game at plus 165. Major implications for them.
So you switched that pick again on me. But Juventus, have you not bet Juventus this year?
I did bet Juventus once, and I believe I hit on it.
You did,
If I'm
right?
not
So you're 1-0. All right, so you're perfect. So everybody take note of that. Juventus, and I don't know why they have these lines.
You know what? I don't want to lie to the fans.
You didn't lose.
Juventus, the game got canceled due to COVID, and I had to switch my pick. So I don't want to lie to the fans because I'm going to go 1-0 this week.
Yeah, it's surprising why they have these lines at -1.5 or 0.
I mean, it's this is the closest one because it's third versus fourth. Like, these teams, as far as table goes, are very close.
Yeah.
I just think you have to go with the best player, and that's why I would roll with Ronaldo in this game.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ever heard of him? He plays for Juventus. Does he score? Does he score this weekend?
For sure he does.
That dude scores every day. Let's just
No, he scores.
Come on now.
If he doesn't score, Morata would be the only other player on that team that could score.
I would actually like to know a prop on that. While you were listening to Kenny's analytics for Juventus, I'm pretty sure I just seen all of 2 minutes at least, 2 minutes of the overtime period in Paul's eyes there. The Pittsburgh Penguins are now in overtime with Philly. I just seen him like get a little sigh. He was mad. He was upset. Obviously not going. Can you give us an update on that game?
It's 1-1 with 1:57 to go, and the Penguins just took a penalty.
Oh, so it's going well.
After
It's a terrible.
two ridiculous saves by Carter Hart.
I mean,
Okay, let's go to your next bet to Luke. Luke, what are you running with for your fourth pick?
So my fourth pick, it's the Edmonton Oilers plus 106. It's very rare you see the Edmonton Oilers at plus money. I know it's a very good team, a very frustrating team against the Winnipeg Jets. I understand that, but I'm gonna bet, hey, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, why not? I mean, them at plus money, it is what it is. So give me the Oilers plus 106.
Yeah, they've been rolling as well. And I believe Wheeler will be out for that game as well. I'm pretty
Connor
sure.
Hellebuyck is probably the most frustrating goaltender, or at least top 5 most frustrating goaltender probably in the NHL. He is very good. And, you know, they're in Winnipeg. It's going to be a little harder. Oilers love to give up goals. But, hey, when you see Connor McDavid at plus 106, why not? Hey, don't chew on that.
Yeah, plus 106. I mean, I don't want to say no-brainer, but you add Wheeler into the mix there, and that ends up being a lot lower or a lot higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he's out for sure. And you should love Hellebuyck. He's going to be your starting goaltender for the
You're
team
right.
USA.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
So, anyways, let's go over to Paul. Paul, what are you running with for your fourth pick?
Fourth pick, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild in regulation against the San Jose Sharks on Saturday. Minnesota just finished up a grueling stretch with Colorado, Las Vegas, and St. Louis in that division. They went 3-3. They got points in 5 of those games, so that's big for them. They smashed the Coyotes the other night 5-2, and I look for them just to keep rolling against San Jose here. Some kind of same result like that, 5-2, 4-1, something like that. I like the Wild right here in regulation to keep on rolling.
Big fan of Gabriel Kaprizov. Big fan of him.
Kaprizov. Yep.
Yeah, he should win Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's close.
Don't see anybody coming really close to him.
Nope.
No, I
Me
can't.
neither.
No. I briefly thought of it and I couldn't think of anybody.
Nope.
Yeah, I like that pick. Mini is very good. Quite the turnaround they've actually had in the last few years here.
Yeah.
Billy
from what they were.
Guerin has been a godsend to that organization.
Yep.
Yep.
Big time. San Jose is pretty much going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, some pretty good value there in regulation. A lot of these games are finishing in reg anyway. So yeah, I like it. Let's go over to Source for his 4th pick. What are you running with?
So Josh, you kind of already explained my pick when you gave out the player athletics pick. I'm
You're
going to go
you're
with
welcome.
Toronto Blue Jays minus 130 for the obvious reasons that Josh picked it as the player athletics pick of the week. And I also just think the value here is insane. I did not take the run line at plus 115. I ended up just taking the money line at minus 130. But I think it's easily locked. We put 4 units on it downstairs as soon as the show is over. And hopefully, I'm actually going to put the list together of all the picks we make on the show. If we don't go head to head, I'm going to bet all of them in one massive parlay. And then we'll fly us all out here to Vegas for a live call your shot next year.
Oh. Wouldn't that be something? A little live call your shot at Circa Sports Sportsbook there.
That's the goal.
Hey, speaking of which, you run into Paulie yet there, or Mitch? You tell him that I'm looking for a guest pick for just a bit outside. You tell him that yet?
I have not yet, but I will when I see him.
Well, you better. All right, let's go to the last round here. What are you going with your last pick there, Kenny?
Well, it just wouldn't be right if I didn't end up with another soccer pick. The clean sweep. First time I've done it all year. All 5 soccer matches. This one's considered the quote-unquote lock based off the odds at minus 129 here. Fulham are somehow worse than Newcastle. I could pretty much end my argument there, given that they're 18th in the EPL this year. They've lost 4 straight by a combined 9-2. They are a minus 19 goal differential. Arsenal is having a bit of a down year, despite, Arsenal being one of the more well-known clubs in the EPL. But Alexander Lacazette is still having a good year for them. They've got one of the fastest players in the world in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I just think they're going to overwhelm Fulham's back 4. I don't think they have the defense to keep up with Arsenal in this game. I don't trust it enough to go minus 1.5 like I have with my other picks, just because Arsenal, they're also a little bit weaker at the back. So I could see them going up 2-0 and then giving up a late goal to make it 2-1. So that's why I'm just rolling with the money line in this one.
Yeah, and it's still at minus 129. So, I mean, the value is still there.
Yeah, you can still make money off of it, just not.
For our bettors out there, I mean, Kenny's confident in Arsenal here. If you want more value, if you want some more profit, some more return, put some more units on it. Put 2, 3, 4 units if you want. But I mean, there's a pick for you that Kenny's confident in. He likes it, and that will be his last pick.
Not ever though.
Not ever.
You didn't let me finish. I said last pick for the playoffs, or this week's playoffs.
Oh, I was gonna say, whoa, are you trying to say something here, Josh? Okay.
Well, I could take it out too if I really need, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Luke for his last pick. Luke, what are you running with?
Yeah, so here's my reasoning on the Boston Bruins. All right. So their next 11 games, if they get through the 2 games against the Islanders and the 2 games versus the Penguins, the rest are against Buffalo and New Jersey. They have to start getting these wins. They have to go, I'm guessing, at least 8 and do your math, Luke. 8-3. All right. If they can go 8-3, that's going to be great for the Boston Bruins. And with them just adding Taylor Hall, I mean, he played okay the other night. He didn't do anything. He had a 1 ±1, so he was okay. He wasn't like a force on the ice. But if the Boston Bruins could get him going, that's a very deadly team in
He
Boston.
scored tonight.
So like I said, they're winning right now 3-1 against the Islanders. If they can get through this series versus the Islanders, they get this game on Sunday versus the Washington Capitals. The next 3 are against Buffalo. Well, the next 4 out of 5 is against Buffalo. So
Really?
so if they can get through this game, it's going to be another role for a Boston team, which we all love to see, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Big Bruins fan. Yeah, and like you said, they need to start winning games here. And I think actually, you know what? I think Taylor Hall is going to start getting into his groove. I think so, at least. I'm a big Taylor Hall fan. I think he can definitely transition his game into, a secondary scoring position for him. So I like him. I like him there. All right, let's go over to our next matchup. Paul, what are you running with for your last pick?
Like I said, I'm full on fuck the Flyers, even though they just beat the Penguins. Unbelievable.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Whatever, we got a point. And the Islanders are pretty much the classes, not the class, but they're just a tough team to prepare for. They play very hard hockey, and the Flyers are soft. And I feel like coming back-to-back games, the second game of back-to-back, you do not want to face this Islanders team. And I feel like they're going to hammer Philly.
Yeah, especially now that they lost tonight. Who are they playing? Boston. So they're going to bounce back. It's very rare that they lose 2 in a row. I believe they are away, though, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They are way better at home. I think probably one of the better home teams in the league. But yeah, New York Islanders, they're just one of those teams that I don't think gets enough credit. They play very well against great teams, and they just don't get the credit like the Washington Capitals or the Vegas Golden Knights or the Colorado Avalanches. So I like the pick. I think they're going to bounce back again tomorrow. So
Sunday. And over these last about 3 years since I really got into betting puck, it's very profitable. That -130 with the road team is very profitable. I don't know what it is, but that number seems to be like a key number where they handle business at a good percentage. So I always like that 130 road favorite.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that brings us to Source's pick. I'm not sure where he went. He's in Vegas, so he could be fucking.
I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Which is
I know the Pirates
are garbage, and
Here's the
the
thing,
Brewers
though.
are better.
The Pirates have fucked me so many times this year. It's unbelievable. Even when they were facing Blake Snell, lost. They lost Pittsburgh won by 5 runs. But anyway, they're obviously still the worst team in the league. The Milwaukee Brewers offensively are very good. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Plus 125, they got to win by 2. I don't know who was going on the mound for any of them, but
we got JT Brubaker's going for the Pirates.
Yeah, tomorrow's Adrian Hauser for the Brewers.
Yeah, Brubaker's going for the Pirates tomorrow. I'll say that this is. I looked at this a lot, and the Brewers own the Pirates. It's a fact that the Brewers have owned the Pirates. But it always seems to be a 1-run game. That's why I just couldn't bring myself to take the -1.5. I looked at this game a lot. I just couldn't take it.
Yeah. It's it'll be an interesting one. Obviously, a little plus value there, but that is
the money line. The money line's money. The money line's money.
Yeah.
It's -150. Take the Brewers money line. You'll get some money, guys.
That's why they call it.
Take it here.
That's why they call it the money line, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show here. I'm just going to do a quick sign off and confirm picks. Kenny, you might have to help me out here. You're running with Wet Ham versus Atletico Madrid -1.5 against Eibar plus 140. Real Madrid -1.5 against Getafe plus 170. Your third pick, you changed on me. I didn't get it. What was it?
Juventus -0.5. So it's basically money line against Atalanta.
Just got to win by a goal. And then Arsenal money line against Fulham at minus 129, I believe that was. Is that all correct? And where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at shooters_pod. If you actually go and parlay those 5 soccer games together, $10 bet pays $538.50. So nice little payday with some plus money mixed in there. I'll be throwing 10 on it because let's face it, if anyone's going to go 5-0, it'll be Paul or myself since we're the only ones that did it all year. So thanks for having me on the show, Josh. I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. And you're going up against Luke, and he's got the – is he here? I think he's dead. He's going with Montreal money line against Calgary minus 135. He's got the Golden Knights and the Ducks over 5.5 tomorrow, I believe, at minus 110. Capitals money line against Philly minus 125. Edmonton money line against Winnipeg plus 106. Boston money line against the Caps on Sunday minus 114. Luke, if you're there, is that all correct, and where can I find you?
He's dead.
And I don't think he's there, but you can find him at Hearts on Hockey on Twitter. And I think he always says he's always looking to get into shit, get into something.
Talk some shit.
Yeah.
Talk some shit. Start some shit. Twitter's all this nowadays.
we got the other Hardo, dude. It's
and then he'll finish it off with, I love you, Gritty. Oh, there he is.
Hey, when the dog's got to go, the dog's got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get?
I'm assuming we're sign-offs.
Yep.
And you can find me on Twitter at Hearts on Hockey, as you can see below. We're currently taking dog mom applications, so go ahead and submit those in my DMs if you want to. And hey, let's go. Good luck, Kenny. God bless America.
Not the sign-off I was looking for. I mean, that's one of he pulled that one from the Arsenal.
Yep.
I wasn't
we lost that bet.
Yeah. Let me guess, you probably start shit, talk shit, right?
Yeah,
there it is.
And then finish
Twitter's
off with,
lawless.
And then finish
lawless
off with
Twitter.
We love you, Gritty.
We love you, Gritty.
All right, Paul, you're running with the Flyers money line against. No, sorry, you're going with the Phillies money line against the Cardinals minus 130 tomorrow. Pittsburgh puck line against Buffalo plus 105. That is Saturday. And then Saturday again, Washington money line against Philly minus 135. Again, Saturday, mini in regulation against San Jose minus 110. And then the Islanders on Sunday against Philly minus 130. Is that all correct? And where can they find you?
Yep. And you can find me at Steel Curtain PEH. Just get on there and, follow me. We got some big gambling picks every day. So make sure to check out all these guys' stuff. They work hard on it. And, we'll see you guys next week because, again, like I said, I look good in belts. So I'm not trying to pass this one up.
And the source, Job, not sure where he went. He's in Vegas, like we've explained this.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly. He's
Except
running with
herpes. That shit will come back with you.
Yeah, well.
He's running with the Braves money line minus 130. This is all tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all tomorrow. The Braves money line minus 130 against the Cubs. And then he's going with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Washington, under 8 runs at minus 105. Cincinnati to win against the Indians, minus 110. The Blue Jays to win minus 130 against Kansas City. And then Milwaukee run line minus 1.5 at plus 125 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the player pick this week, make sure to use promo code BETTHEOVER for 20% off, www.playergolf.com. Is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays the run line minus 1.5 plus that's plus money 115. I've been your host, Josh Elliott. This has been a great season so far. We still got more though. Don't you worry. We still got more. This is the end of the first round of playoffs, and we got a second round next week. And it's just simple. Like I said before, you win and you keep going. Thanks a lot, everybody.